Hello and welcome to an overview of the Code of Ethics for MORINDA Corporation. The Code of Ethics consists of policies regarding ethical and legal standards of conduct that all employees must adhere to. Some of the policies are required by state law, while others are good ethics the corporation expects of all employees, from managers to sales clerks to janitors. It is the responsibility of each employee to observe the code of conduct and to familiarize himself or herself with the code of conduct of this corporation. At Morinda, our mission is to bring value to every human being through quality products and service. And being a gift and decorative item store, our vision is to become the leading gift store in the United States of America. Core values are important to any business since they identify what the business stands for. These are some reasons why core values are important. 1. They determine your company distinctives. 2. They dictate personal involvement and alignment. 3. They communicate what is important. 4. They influence overall behavior. 5. They inspire people to action. 6. They contribute to overall success of the organization. And 7. They shape the organizational culture. Now, core values are what support the vision, shape the culture, and reflect what the company values. They are the essence of the company's identity, the principles, beliefs, and philosophy of values. For these reasons, Morinda's core values are maintaining integrity, providing quality products, respecting everyone, and giving superior service to customers. When we can maintain integrity in every single transaction with customers and in every other work activity, our corporation will be valued by our stakeholders. Our products should be created to provide excellent features and designs that customers will appreciate so that they will feel valued and their mission statement could be fulfilled. Everyone, regardless of who he or she is, deserves the right to be respected and treated fairly. Top management should not be treated as more important than a janitor. We must remember that it is our customers who have made us who we are, and they should be treated like royalty, whether it is a $5 transaction or a $1,500 transaction. We must give them superior service so that they can clearly distinguish between us and their competitors and keep coming back to do business with us. The corporation's responsibility towards employees. Employees play a major part in growing a company and making it successful. We all know a business does not grow with just equipment, software, and money. And so as long as the employees are contributing positively to a business, the company has an ethical responsibility to its employees. We talk about compensation. State has laws that govern how an employee should be paid with regards to the least that they should be paid. And so businesses should take that into consideration, as well as the qualifications of the employees and the type of work that is done, and how much they contribute to the business's growth. So the business is going to want to take that into consideration, as well as taxes. Taxes are important. The state requires that we pay taxes from employee salaries, so we need not overlook that. And then, of course, there is the OSHA Act. We want to ensure that we provide safe equipment and safe work sites for our employees. This will help to reduce lawsuits and financial burdens, and the employees will benefit as well. Then we want to educate our employees and train them about safety practices so as to reduce injuries. We have to provide insurance in case there is injuries, of course, and take care of them financially. Finally, it is important for us to foster a good environment. We need to foster an environment that promotes respect and fairness, and we all know that these values will help to unite us as a workforce and make us stronger. Employees have responsibilities towards business. The code of conduct outlined for employees will help to guide them as to how they should behave in the work environment. Without codes, employees can act any way they want and there would be no right or wrong act. Therefore, it is imperative that employees become familiar with their responsibilities. Employees can use this guide as a reference for making daily decisions. Number one, we want employees to be honest. Honest in every single transaction. Every day as well. Then, you must be respect. You need to respect your employees. Your fellow employees, that is. Your directors, top management, customers, suppliers. Generally, respect is required with everyone, regardless of who the person is. Even if the person is a janitor, you need to respect that person. So we want honesty and we want respect. And of course, we want employees to be confidential. Keep your information private. There are going to be things that cannot be shared with the public, and so we need it to be confidential. We want our employees as well to exhibit care when doing work. We don't want them damaging our tools and our equipment, and this is going to cause us financial burden as well if they don't exhibit care, and we have to be replacing our equipment quite often. Another reason why they should exhibit care is that we want to reduce the amount of injuries caused at work sites. So there's another reason for exhibiting care when they work. And of course, we want them to abide by the conflict of interest rules. They're going to need to pay attention to that. Dress professionally and modestly. Modest dress goes a long way and it helps to get work done. And what I mean by that is that inappropriate dressing can sometimes be a distraction. And so I want to propose that we ask our employees to dress modestly. Of course, we don't want gossiping. It takes away from the business. If you can find time for gossiping, then work is not being done. And so no gossiping. We don't want any gossiping. It will also break down relationships within the workplace, cause issues as well. Then the other one is social networks. There should be no time for going on Facebook, WhatsApp, any Twitter, any other social sites that they are to engage in personal things. They should be off limit. So when you're at work and you need to get your work done, if it's on your time, fine. But if it's on the company's time, you need to give the company its time. Then of course there is discretion with company's property. Our property, our tools, our equipment, they're for the work's use. But of course employees can use their stuff, no problem. But first they have to have discretion. They can be on the telephone making calls quite often and then we have to pay a really high bill. Or maybe not just making calls often, but making a really long call And so you have the business line engaged, and other customers are trying to get through to us and can't get through to us. So we're losing business there. So discretion is required when you're using company's property. The next thing is that we want employees to be punctual. Punctuality is very important. You need to be at work on time and you need to be at work every day. And if there is a reason why you can't be at work, then you need to report it to your direct manager. Right? So we want our employees to be punctual. And of course, if your employees are aware of any misdeeds committed by someone else, they should report it. It's the responsibility. We're going to provide them strict confidential rights, and we're going to protect them, and we just want them to report mistakes so that we can deal with it. Finally, we want them to abstain from drugs and alcohol. These impaired minds, and don't allow employees to give 100% of work. So if they're off of work and they're consuming alcohol, we need to consider that they're going to be at work soon and they need to be well enough to work. Right? So we want employees to take these into consideration. Alright, so apart from employees, our corporation has responsibilities to customers, and customers expect efficient service. They need to be able to come in and get their stuff in a timely manner and in a manner that gives them optimum satisfaction. Of course, our customers want quality products. Nobody wants to pay $5 for a product that doesn't last them long enough. So whether it's $5 pain or $2,000 on pain, I need to have something good. I also would like to have, as a customer, good customer service. And so if I come into a building and the employees are all with sad faces and long faces, it will deter me from buying. And so our responsibility to the customers to provide them with superior customer service. This is in fact one of our core values, customer service along with quality product. And so we need to take those into consideration. Our employees, of course, want convenience, and which is one of the reasons why we have an online store so they can shop and we deliver. They shop whether it's in the night or in the morning at their home, in their kitchen. They shop from wherever, whenever, and they're comfortable. We need to provide them with an easy-to-use site. The site must be able to navigate easily and free from any virus and so that can harm their computers. So we need to take our responsibilities to customers very seriously. As part of our responsibility to suppliers, we need to maintain a steady and professional relationship with them. We need to give them as well the right to earn our business. And once they've earned our business, we need to pay them, and not just pay them, but pay them in a timely manner. Right? We need to take into consideration the amount of time they gave us to pay and pay as fast as we can. Once again, the organization has a really big responsibility with regards to health and safety, not just for its employees, but for customers as well. Customers need to have a safe area when they come to shop. And as well as customers need to have safe equipment and tools and work area. They need to be educated and trained on safety practices as well. So for imports and customs, both the CBP and the importing exporting community have a shared responsibility to maximize compliance with laws and regulations. In carrying out this task, CBP encourages importers and exporters to become familiar with applicable laws and regulations. Therefore, as a business, you need to consider the laws of state with regards to import and customs. Internet security is very important. Many businesses find themselves in trouble because they fail to utilize security measures. One such problem is malicious code. In Northeast, manufacturing firm Software Bomb destroyed all the company's programs and code generators. Subsequently, the company lost millions of dollars, was dislodged from its position in the industry, and eventually had to lay off 80 workers. So to make sure this doesn't happen to us, we need to install and use antivirus programs, anti-spyware programs, and firewalls on all of our computers in our business. Moreover, we have to ensure that all computer software is up to date and contains the most recent patches, that is operating system, antivirus, anti-spyware, anti-adware, firewall, and office automation software. We need to consider stolen or lost laptop from mobile device. Last year, Department of Veterans Affairs employee's laptop was stolen from his house. The laptop contained 26.5 million veterans' medical history. In the end, the laptop was recovered and the data was not used. However, the VA had to notify 26.5 million veterans of the incident, resulting in congressional hearings and public scrutiny. So that's just bad. To make sure this doesn't happen to us, we need to protect our customers' data while transporting it anywhere on a portable device by encrypting all data that resides in it. Encryption programs encode data to make it unreadable to outsiders until you enter a password or encryption key. There is also spear phishing. A medium-sized bicycle manufacturer relied heavily on email to conduct business. In the normal course of a business day, the company received as many as 50,000 spam and phishing emails. In one case, an employee received a spear phishing email that looked like it came from the IT department and asked the employee to confirm the administrator password. Luckily for the company, when the employee asked the line manager for the administrator password, he investigated for it and realized the email was a scam. To make sure this doesn't happen to us, we need to instruct all employees to contact their managers or simply pick up the phone and contact the person who sent the email directly. It's important to make our employees aware of what a spear phishing attack is and to be on the lookout for anything in their inbox that looks suspicious. We need to consider unsecured wireless internet networks. We shouldn't have that. According to news reports, hackers pulled off the biggest data breach ever through a wireless network. A global retail chain had over 47 million customers' financial information stolen by hackers who cracked through a wireless network that was secured by the lowest form of encryption available to the company. Currently, this security breach has cost the company $17 million and in particular $12 million in one quarter alone, or 3 cents per share. So to make sure this doesn't happen to us, when setting up a wireless network, we have to make sure the default password is changed, and we have to make sure that we encrypt our wireless network with WPA, or Wi-Fi protected access. Finally, there is the insider disgruntled employee effect. When we fire an employee or we ask an employee to resign. For example, if a former employee for a company handling flight operations for major automotive companies deleted critical employment information 2 weeks after he resigned from his position, the incident caused around $34,000 in damages. So to make sure this doesn't happen to us, we need to divide critical functions and responsibilities among employees within the organization, limiting the possibility that one individual could commit sabotage or fraud without the help of other employees within the organization. Thanks for listening.